Welcome to Wit and Wedlock.
Where humor meets honesty.
He's quick with the jokes,
She's sharp with the sass.
and together we're unpacking the chaos, comedy, and connection of marital life. We are back.
What's up, guys?
Episode 6.
That's right.
Look at us. I
Good.
always say that every month or every week. Look at us.
Look at us.
How are you feeling?
I am getting better. So, if you watched last week's episode, we are recording this just a couple days after. So, I'm not.
Sick for weeks on weeks.
I don't think you've been this sick in a while.
Yeah, but it hasn't been that bad. It's just that I lost my voice. Like,
And you're hacking up a lung.
yeah, but for January, I followed there's no processed food in my diet, and I still haven't really had any processed food because I'm just like, I gotta get better before I eat any crap food.
Yeah.
I had one chocolate covered almond, but that's
One?
okay. I had
Only
like four.
one?
I had like four. And a banana.
They're so
Banana was my
good.
first fruit.
Well, it's love month.
That's right. February is the love month.
You know, you haven't asked me a question.
Will you be my Valentine?
Yes, thank you. That was the question.
Was it?
So good job. Proud of you. Yes, I'll be your Valentine. So today's topic is what?
Just about how gorgeous you are.
Why do I always have to cue you
Okay.
to ask me what the topic is?
Oh, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about love languages
Love languages.
because they're definitely important to know,
Yeah.
especially when you're in a relationship,
Where
either
you love each other.
or you're married. So it's something that to me is very important.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about love languages. What are they?
Okay.
What do they mean? And what we think our love languages are.
All right. So, what are the love languages?
Well, first of all, sarcasm is not one.
Okay.
So you should know that.
Is
Because
that?
I feel like you think that's a love language.
Yeah, because I think it's funny.
Sarcasm is not a love language.
Okay. So,
Okay.
sarcasm is not.
So the love languages. Do you think we actually, before we get into this, do you think you actually know my love language? Don't say it yet.
Well, I think if you name them off, I will have a better, yeah, name them real quick.
Okay, so a quick rundown of the love languages are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Yeah, I know yours.
You do know mine?
I would say
Do you-
there's
okay.
two ones that stick out.
But before we ask this, also, I want to ask you, do you think that these are relevant? Like, do you think they're like
You gotta
something
explain
that
better.
is, how am I trying to say it? Do you doubt this concept of love languages, or do you believe it's something that it's good to know? Like,
Yeah, it's good to know. It might, and maybe the love languages shift
yeah,
based off of whatever life is circumstances are.
like what?
Um, I don't know. Like, I guess we're probably gonna change over the years. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll stay the same. I don't know.
Okay, so if I had to guess yours, well, before we do that, let's kind of dive into each one, okay? So words of affirmation, words build you up. You thrive on spoken affection, praise, encouragement, and compliments. Harsh words and criticism can bother you for a long time. Acts of service. Anything that your partner does willingly to ease your workload is a sign of love to you. You feel cared for when your partner, vacuums before you get to it or makes you breakfast as a surprise. On the other hand, broken promises or laziness can make you feel unimportant.
Yeah, you just made me some steak. So that's awesome.
3, receiving gifts. When you speak this love language, a thoughtful gift shows to you that you are special. In contrast, generic gifts and forgotten special events have the opposite effect. This love language isn't necessarily materialistic. It could be as simple as receiving your favorite snack after a bad day. Number 4, quality time. Nothing says you're loved like undivided attention. When your partner is truly present and not looking at their phone, it makes you feel important. Failure to actively listen or long periods without one-on-one time can make you feel unloved. Physical touch, holding hands, kisses, hugs, and other touches are your preferred way to show and receive love. Appropriate touches convey warmth and safety, while physical neglect can drive a wedge between you and your partner. So I think, knowing each other's love language is a way to improve your relationship because it helps you understand the other person better. And then knowing your own,
Yeah.
So with that said, I'm going to let you guess what you think my top love language is.
Quality time and gifts.
Yeah, you're right. That wasn't even hard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
For you, I would say it's physical affection, physical touch, and I'm blanking. Hold on, because I had it. Words of affirmation.
I think words of affirmation.
I was going to say acts
and
of service.
Acts of service.
Okay.
Like every single time you make me steak or you do something really cool around the house, I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
So yeah, I would definitely say mine is receiving gifts
Yep.
and quality time
Yeah, you like your feet rubbed, you like watching your shows.
with you.
Yeah.
I like when you're involved in it.
Yeah.
To me, that's like, and I love like good date nights.
And I like it. I like that. I love it. I love that you want to hang out with me all the time. I'm like, this is awesome. No.
No one wants to hang out with me this much.
Right?
But
Don't you like that? I mean, I love
yeah,
my alone time, but
yeah. But I
I,
love that you love being with me because I'm like, oh my gosh, she is so gorgeous, such a pretty girl, and she's so fun to be with. She's so cute, and she's just funny and sarcastic.
yeah, you definitely like physical affection, and that's something that I have to work on because it's not one of mine.
No, you do a good job.
I'm just not like and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just not an extremely like touchy person.
Yeah.
Only after I've had like 4 glasses of wine.
Yeah, then you get scandalous.
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 Promiscuous.
There is one story I remember. I'll share it.
Okay.
Okay.
What's this
Are you
story?
nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. The story is when we were first starting to like hang out and I picked you up from the airport
Oh yeah, that was
and we
good.
got an Airbnb and we stayed downtown. We went to a comedy club
Yeah.
and like the whole time we just had our hands all over each other.
Yeah, we were like making out while people were trying to tell jokes. We were so dumb. We like ruined the night for the comedians. They're like,
Well, one
yeah.
of them like pulled us out and like roasted us.
Yeah,
I like didn't care. I was like, all right,
because we went to Hot Singer beforehand, right?
I think so.
Yep.
So we had fun, but I remember that night and I didn't care.
Wasn't that the same night where my card expired at like I remember one time we were hanging out and my card.
That wasn't, no, that was like New Year's of like 2020 or something.
Okay.
Because I do remember that night.
Yeah, my card expired the next month or expired that month
Because
and it
we
was
went out on New Year's Eve and it had passed midnight and your card expired.
yep.
So that's why. And I was like, I got it. Good thing I had it.
Yep.
And that was a nice restaurant. How do you, how does your husband think he expresses love versus how you actually perceive it?
Okay, so like how do I try and show love when I date
So,
it?
like, you know my love language. So, like, what do you do? Um, I don't understand that question. It's confusing me.
You made the questions.
How does your husband think he expresses love? How do you express love to me? Let's just get there first. How do you express love to me?
I spend time with you. I um I do like think of like gifts like to get you, but I don't know. When I wake up every single day, I'm like, okay, my mission is to love and support you. Like that's like my goal
Yeah,
every day.
you do that.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
I just
And I've tried to be this past month because, I've kind of been going through what's the word I'm looking for? A low point. And I've dealt with like depression since having the kids on and off, but it's been really bad end of last year. And I felt like I was just so caught up in my own like lowness. And so this month, I really have made a point, and you tell me, I feel like I've tried to make a point of expressing to you how I feel and trying to show more physical affection to you.
yeah, 100%. And this is a good piece of advice that I need to take, which I don't take, is I need to not give you solutions to everything and just listen.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. I want to just solve every problem, and it's because
I mean, there's times where, I feel like that's appropriate, but then there's other times where it's like
I
at
would say
that moment. Well, because
90% of the
are
time.
you referring to like when I just was having a rough time, you like wanted to fix it?
Yeah, anytime you're having a bad time, I'm like, oh, I have an idea. But you don't
Well,
want to know the
I will
idea.
say what frustrates me is you like keep asking questions.
Yeah, I like to ask people
And I'm like, I
questions.
don't want to, I've like expressed to you and I don't want to answer any more questions. But anyway, I feel though, like as because of our love languages, we know what we want, we give it to other people. Do you know what I mean? Like we give the way that we want to be given to when we don't take the time to know what speaks to them.
Mhm.
So it's something where you have to go out of you have to put effort in and realize, okay, this may be my love language, but it's most likely not theirs.
Yeah,
So
like
I need to,
when I squish your butt cheeks or something, it's like I shouldn't do that.
I do this morning. So my best friend stayed this weekend and she brought her 18-month-old with her. And I was brushing my teeth this morning and I had my gym pants on, like my leggings or whatever. and he came behind me and he was smacking both my cheeks with both of his hands, and then he kept squishing them. It was funny.
You got a good butt. It's a good butt. You got a good body.
It was really cute. But when you do it, I'm like, God,
Stop.
stop it. Because then what happens too is the dogs get pissed off.
Yeah, anytime I give any physical affection to Sarah, my dog Darius gets really jealous.
He does. It's kind of annoying.
And then I got to give him physical affection. So then I got to pick him up.
Is that his love language?
It is. He loves, well, he likes physical touch sometimes.
Quality time.
Yeah, quality time. He loves quality time.
I will say acts of service do mean a lot to me. Like doing the dishes
Yeah, or like getting the oil changed or
meant a lot. Yeah, just like I'm just a girl. Like I hate doing that.
yeah.
I'm just a girl.
Yeah, you're just a girl.
I don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
Like car stuff. Ugh.
Working.
Ugh.
I'm just- Oh gosh.
I told you sarcasm was not a love language.
Yeah.
Sarcasm is not a love
All
language.
right, I'm sorry.
And I do work. Thank you.
You do work. You work hard.
But like you cleaned off the porch the other day. That meant a lot. I'm sorry I didn't notice, but I just like rushed in. So I just
Yeah,
wasn't
it's okay.
looking. But I put your laundry away.
Oh yeah, you
I
always
fold
do.
it,
You always fold and do the laundry and clean up the house.
clean the
You're
toilets.
yeah, you're doing amazing. You do a lot of good work.
I do. I think
Sorry,
at
guys.
least to some extent, we all have like a little bit of a love language that like all of them, like we kind of have some kind of
Yeah.
love toward, like we enjoy each. But I would definitely say you were right on about mine. Um, can you think of a time when you tried to be romantic? PG here.
Uh-huh.
A time you tried to be romantic, but it flopped spectacularly.
Uh-huh. Maybe, I don't know. Can you?
No.
I feel like all of our times together have been good.
I am excited about like going on a date.
Hell yeah.
He's so quiet today.
I know, I'm sorry guys, my voice is all jacked up. Like yesterday when I was working by the end of my shift, no one could really even hear me. And then people would be like, wait. They'd be like, telling me the beer. I'm like, so you want an orange blossom? And they couldn't like hear me. I don't know. It was frustrating.
I'm sorry. Well, do you want to say anything else
Um,
about um
well, I guess what's the goal for this episode? What are we hoping to provide with the love language assessment? Because I think a lot of people already know what the love languages are.
well, I think that if you go into a relationship with someone, you need to figure out what their love languages are.
Okay.
There's plenty of like resources online. You literally just Google love languages. But if you're in a serious relationship and you like, yes, it's great to have a good time together, but the more time you spend together, the more important it is to really understand what speaks to each person. Because like I said, a lot of times we just give to others how we want to be given to without understanding because an example is like I, you know, when I was making really good money, I loved to go buy you things. And it wasn't that you weren't appreciative of it. It was just more of like, oh, thanks. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like it was like I love to be given things. So I was like, oh, I want to get him this and this and this and like
I love it when you give me things.
Do you? I
Yeah, I
just feel
do.
like it's because you're so here's the thing about Patrick too. You are so minimal. Like when you moved in with me, you had like two boxes.
Yeah,
Like
it's less stuff to take care of.
things stress you out.
Yeah, I like experiences. I like going on dates with you. I like,
So, buying you things, it's like you just want kind of necessities.
yeah.
Yeah, like you want, a nice pair of shoes or, a cool hat or, you know,
Or like if someone gets me something, I will wear it until it breaks. Or
yeah, my dad gets you a watch every year.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like wearing the black G-Shock because like to work. That's my favorite one because it's like it's so durable. But all of them are really cool.
And
I think this one's just like it's useful at the gym. It's useful
yeah.
scrubbing beard
And then
glasses.
for Christmas this year, we decided we weren't getting each other gifts for Christmas this year because we want to just focus on the kids and
Yep.
get our family gifts. But you still bought me gifts.
Yeah, because I saw in the cart all of the things that you wanted.
Yes, I fill up my Amazon cart because I'm like, okay, I can't buy this today, but like maybe in like 2 weeks I can buy it or, and then I'll do the save for later or whatever. So he went through my Amazon cart and bought exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
So thanks for that.
They're like ding ding.
Is there a time, again, PG rated?
Yep.
I mean, you can make it PG-13. Is there a time that me showing you physical affection meant a lot to you?
It always does. I get so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just exciting. It's exciting when you get all excited. Like give me a hug or a kiss. I'm excited. It just makes me pumped. Yeah.
Just a hug and a kiss.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
No, any of it. Any of the stuff that men and women do together. Married ones.
Married ones.
Yeah. Gotta wait till marriage.
We'll keep it.
Yeah.
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 Trick. Here's something else. Okay. Um, you know what? You've never forgotten any of our anniversaries. You never are, you always say I love you. And if I don't say I love you, then we get into a fight.
I'll call you. No, I call you back and be like, hey, why'd you hang up?
I say I love you. I do.
You do.
Okay. Um,
But if you forget, I call you. I'm like, hey, you know you forgot.
do you think it's appropriate for a gift, a dude to give his girlfriend, partner, wife, whatever, a gift of like, I got you a gym membership? Unless they're asking for
Yeah,
it.
like you were asking for I think it's completely fine. I think it's a good thing. It's like yeah, like maybe not make that the only gift. Like what's the circumstances? Like
What
just out of the
do
blue, like, hey, I
you
got you a gym
do you
membership.
remember like years ago when the Peloton commercial came out and it was like the guy got his wife a Peloton or something and everyone was like, "Oh my God."
Oh, that's just people being overly sensitive. Like if you get offended, gosh, I'm sorry that I'm coughing, guys. This
You're
is so
good.
annoying. If you get offended,
Hmm.
maybe this is God saying, shut up. Oh, gosh. Yeah, if you get offended, I'm going to keep it simple. If you get offended,
You're a dork.
You're a
don't get offended by anything. If you're offended by things, then you need to talk to someone.
yeah.
You need to talk to God. You need to talk to someone that will help you. because life is too short to be offended.
Okay, I'm going to ask one more question.
Okay.
What are some keys to speaking someone's love language? Okay. If your love language is words of affirmation, giving genuine compliments and encouragement, expressing appreciation often, even for small things.
Wait, start this over.
Okay, so this is keys to speaking someone's love language. And I'm going to go through each love language
Okay.
so that if the listener is listening and they're like, okay, well, how do I do that? Here's how we do it. So with words of affirmation, genuine compliments and encouragement, expressing appreciation, even for small things, sending sweet texts randomly or love notes, you know, a note in you're making your husband's lunch for the day and you put a note in it,
Yeah.
That's really sweet. And avoiding harsh criticism. Words carry extra weight for them. So being thoughtful with the words that come out of your mouth because it words can harm.
Yeah.
Acts of service. Do small things that make their life easier without being asked. And I think that's a big thing too, is doing these things without them having to ask. Like that means a lot. That shows that like you care. Pay attention to what they struggle with and offer to help.
Yeah, you're pretty short, so
If I need to get something
Some-
off of a
oh.
shelf that I can't reach,
yeah, I just
don't just
go
watch
grab-
me struggle to get it.
Yeah, you grab it.
Even if I'm like, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm Little Miss Independent.
No, I'll get it for you.
Follow through on commitments. Actions speak louder than words, and avoid being unreliable or dismissing their needs. Receiving gifts. What are some key ways to show this person? It's not about the price. It's about the thought behind the gift. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if you bought me like Botox. I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't be mad either if you came home with like a little chocolate,
Well, chocolate.
Yeah. Or chicken wings.
Chicken wings for sure.
Okay, so surprise them with meaningful gifts that show you were thinking of them. Remember special occasions and plan ahead. I will say, being someone who loves receiving gifts, I resonate with this one because I want you to plan it. Like, I don't want to plan it. I want to be surprised. I want to feel like special. Like you put a lot of thought into this, and it would mean a lot. It means a lot to me that like I'm not the one constantly making these decisions of date night or like something that we're gonna go do.
Yeah, Shane
You
Gillis.
just being
We're gonna
like,
go see Saint Shane Gillis.
like, well, with Valentine's Day coming up, it's
Oh, yeah.
something where it's like I don't want to plan it. Like I want you to plan it.
Yeah. We might have to celebrate a day or two early or a day or two after.
And then lastly, avoid generic or last minute gifts that feel obligatory. Like I get that too. Like I don't want someone to just buy me a gift because, I want it to be from the heart,
Yeah.
All
right.
Number 4, quality time. Give them your undivided attention. Put away distractions. I'm working on it. I've been way better about putting my phone away when we hang out on the couch.
You have.
What have you been better about?
Uh, I don't know.
Okay, think about it and come back. We're gonna come
Have
back
I
to
been
that.
better at something?
We're gonna come back to it.
You know what I've been
We're
better
gonna
at?
come back to
Wait,
it.
if you know the answer, tell me.
No, you have to answer it. We'll come back to that. Think about it. Plan intentional time together, even if it's just a walk or a deep conversation. Listen actively and ask thoughtful questions. Avoid being constantly distracted or canceling plans last minute.
Yeah, I don't think we ever cancel plans.
I'm sure we have.
Maybe.
Okay, physical touch, number 5. Offer physical affection regularly. Hugs, hand holding, cuddling. I need to get better about cuddling.
Yep.
See, here, okay, welcome back. Be physically present when they need comfort. Small touches throughout the day, shoulder rubs, kisses, butt squeezes, in Patrick's case, matter.
Yep.
Avoid being distant or pulling away, especially during emotional moments. And then, a bonus tip is if your love languages are different, don't just focus on what you prefer. Like I said earlier, learn to give love in a way that makes your partner, your wife, your husband feel valued.
Boom.
So can you think of anything you've improved on?
I think it's just like a wave. It's like there's some days where I'm improving. There's some days where I can be a better husband where I'm like, oh man, why did I act like that? But I think as long as your brain, your heart, your soul is always like whoever you're gonna spend your life with, as long as you're never gonna give up and you're always going to be like, how can I improve? Like you're gonna have days where you're not the spouse that you should be. Um, that's why I think God is really important and having a relationship with God because I think that makes you a better husband. It makes you a better wife. If you realize, hey, I can't do this by myself. Like um, I need to lean on God because whenever I lean on God, that's when I do show up and I am a better husband. The moments where I stray away, I think those are the moments where I'm a butthead husband and where I need to improve.
Yeah, and last thing I'll say is I think any big argument or any disruption in a relationship always boils down to communication.
Yeah.
When there's a lack of communication, there's a lack of understanding. And so that goes into other areas. So when you're communicating to your significant other, you need to explain to them like, hey, this is what I would appreciate, blah, 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 and being open to it. Because if you just dismiss the person, they're not going to feel heard. And then that leads to a whole other issue. But
Yeah, if the communication's not there.
communication has to be there. And
Because someone might be they might think that they're doing an awesome job and they have no idea. They have no idea.
because their spouse hasn't communicated to them,
Yeah.
hey, I'm feeling this way.
Yeah.
And
I would say women typically, I think they think their husbands are really smart and they're not. So you just gotta like talk to them and be like, hey, this is what I really want. And then once they know, they're like, oh, okay. Then they start doing it.
yeah, well, that's definitely important. Communication.
Yeah, communication.
Well, thanks for listening today.
Yeah. Sorry for coughing, guys.
Patrick will most likely be better because it'll be, a week or so, 2 weeks from now that we'll be back.
Yep.
So, but we will still have an episode coming out every week. We just record twice every 2 weeks. But anyways,
Yeah.
Okay. We will see you next time. Till wit do us part. Make sure you and your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, share your love languages.
Yeah.
See ya.
Peace.